Okay folks, in this video I'm going to be fighting for the entire duration DJM 1985, which is, I guess, a subscriber, maybe not, I'm not sure, I'm going to class it as he is. And because he requested the fights and wanted me to upload them, so I did so. You can kind of guess that we're going to class this as a subscriber fight or whatever, I don't know. So he's got me with his Swamp Hands EX version, Meter Bird version. And so he's going straight into his trait. Now he could have done something else, like forward, I think it's 1-3 into his trait, and I messed that up, and so my command grab whiffed, because you can't get your command grab when they're in hit stun, so messed up a bit. Okay, I think he's going to go for that. I was a bit tentative though. Again, he tried to do some sort of range Grundy, but I had meter on. Now he didn't quite understand that how I was getting through that with my charges, but it is all basically Bane's meter. It gets him through any sort of ranged attack. I like that dash up. Bane's got really good dashes, I love it. But I could dash up and get him before he managed to get one out. So we were both sort of waiting. I ended up doing 2. He ended up doing 3. So he won and got 15% back. I think Solomon needs his meter a lot more than Bane does. Bane doesn't need his meter very much at all. Because it only just increases damage, whereas Solomon Grundy, it really increases his way of getting into maximum damage. Yeah, Swamp Hands, for example, is the main reason you're going to want meter as Solomon Grundy. Okay, punch the water. It only does 1 hit. That might be something people don't know. And I did actually knock him out of when he was doing his Grave Rot. And the Grave Rot doesn't stay on for whatever reason. It's a bit weird. I thought it would be better if it stayed on, so then I'm kind of getting punished for comboing you when you've put your Grave Rot on. That's my opinion. I don't see why it should disappear if you get hit. But whatever, that's what it does. Okay, so I try and anti-air him because I normally wait for jump-ins. But he did one of those, I don't know what the move is called, where he'd like snap, crackle and pops in the air. And that messed up my timing a bit. Okay, he's got those bat things, he never followed it up. It was a bit weird timing though, he might have been in hit stun because I charged him. Okay, he's quite aggressive as the Batman. I don't know what he was doing there, why he got hit. Batman can parry this charge. I don't know if he realises it. If they realise they can parry, oh, I guess he does. But if they realise they can parry your charge, it really just puts a crimp into Bane's plan, really. And that was pretty good. You can kind of do that on reaction. I often don't block right on that because I don't see why it's an overhead, the explosion. It should be a low, if anything. But, you know, whatever. That was pretty good on reaction. Get your super going. Okay, he's dashing about. Okay, you could punish that. No, or follow up at least, maybe. He tried to. Oh, that should be punished. Okay. Now, the thing I hate about that up grapple hook thing that he did is that I've had it on previous matches where that's actually caught me. I was standing next to him and it's caught me and it counts. And that's just really annoying. It feels like it should be an overhead move. Not an overhead, an air-only move. If you're in the air, it'll catch you. If you're not, don't let it catch you. But I don't think that's the way this game works. There is no air-only things. Actually, there is, isn't there? Air command grabs, for a start. Okay, so he's trying to get me into stage transition, I imagine. I'm quite wary. He's flying all over the place. Now, if you saw, Batman used that jet thingy, stage interaction, and it didn't do anything apart from get him out of the corner, which I think are the worst type of stage transitions there are. And that would have killed him if it wasn't for the, what was it, anti-venom. So he could parry there, because parry you take no damage from. So that's something which, as a Batman, you really want to do. Now I'm playing Solomon Grundy, and so's the other person. I'm on the one on the left. He's the Soviet one. Now that particular instance there, I was trying to do Bane's jumping down X, which is really good. It's like body press. Solomon Grundy hasn't got one of those, so it's a bit of a shame because that is a really good move. Okay, I should be able to punish. No. Still go for the combo because it's a low attack. It's pretty useful unless they're pretty quick attackers, which Solomon Grundy is not. And he got me with the second one. That's surprising because, you know, you don't really range with Grundy. People can block it, and I think I noticed that he usually goes for a normal Swamp Hands, then an EX one straight after, thinking that you'll probably move after you block the first one. I'm guessing is his thing. I end up doing that later on. But one of the really cool things is the Walking Corpse. Recently found out you can cancel that, and you'll see me do that quite often. Okay, I want that tree, so I'm pushing him out a bit, and that should be actually comboable till dead, so I'm going to take it. Otherwise, if he had loads of health, I probably would have backed off and used the tree instead, because it does a lot, like 30% or something, unless it's been changed. Oh, that was weird. I thought that was a Swamp Hands, because that looks very much like a Swamp Hands. Okay, Walking Corpse, good. You can cancel that, and it's really powerful. I think it's unnecessarily powerful, to be honest. You press down back to cancel it. It's weird. You press back forward X to do the Walking Corpse, then down back, and it just cancels it before you grab. So you can do a down 2 to do an uppercut, and you can combo from the uppercut into your trait. Is the main sort of reason I see it used. You can walk across the screen. There, I did it there, and I tried the uppercut a bit too early though. And it allows you to walk across the screen with three armor, which is crazy. Although you do have to be careful, because obviously you still take the damage. Yeah, I thought he might actually crouch, so that's exactly why I did the overhead cleaver spin. And I'm trying to do what I do with Bane, which is just backdash forever, forward dash. But Solomon Grundy's backdash was a lot shorter than I remember, so I couldn't actually achieve that. I tried to dash forward, but then he stayed on the ground, because that's exactly how you avoid that super. Is to just get back and try and stay on the ground, basically. I think I do that later on in a different fight. You'll see me avoid it excellently. So Solomon Grundy again. This time he's using his Batman, which is a lot more aggressive, and as you can see, it really shows. It's pretty difficult. I find, because I've only just sort of come back to Solomon Grundy, I'm finding I'm having a hard time getting out of this mix-up, because as Bane, I would have done an armoured uppercut move, and it would have got me out. But as Solomon Grundy, I'm not quite sure what I could do. I try using my EX trait to absorb a move, but he does a lot of hits really fast, especially if he's got his Batarang traits on himself. So I'm getting battered quite a lot, actually. I don't think I've hit him once. Okay, so I just need to... There, I tried to use it. That'll do. I could have, should have done my Grave Rot to just increase the damage, but okay, am I going to use that? I thought so. Need to get in close, don't want him using it. I actually cancelled that when it wasn't necessary, so that's one of the little sort of problems you can arise from. I might... Okay, good. You can get into trait from that. I messed it up. Again, he's using the reaction on that. That's probably going to kill me. But again, I don't see why that explosion, at least, is an overhead. It doesn't seem like it should be. But, you know, I'm going to stop moaning about that and just take it. So he won that one pretty convincingly with his Batman. I'm going to put that down half to... I was still sort of practicing my Solomon Grundy. So I went with him again. I thought she would do that. I absolutely thought she would do that. That is one of the main things which Wonder Woman do. Wonder Women, maybe. They always do that double whip move, because it's an overhead and it's really far reaching. So I did a Walking Corpse to get through it. I still took the damage though, as you can see. Look, took a pretty good chunk of damage, but I pretty much pounded her into pound cake. Yeah, jump out on me. I thought that would be the case. There you go. Okay, what's she going to do? We're probably going to do a trait thing now. I don't know what that was. That wasn't meant to be what it was. Okay, just backing off a bit. And my grab with tons there. That was a big sort of whiff. Okay, I thought she might sort of dash forward again while she's in the air. I let go a bit too late though on that back one. No, back three it was. Okay, walking across the screen by cancelling this thing. That was a sneaky thing she did. Okay, you can clash his traits completely now. So you have to watch out for that. Okay, use the TV, I imagine. Yes. We were both sort of waiting there. And I can get into trait. Done. Now, there wasn't any reason for me to cancel that Walking Corpse. She may have blocked, in which case then I would have just not hit her at all. But, okay, so he jumped at me again. Walking corpse. Again, another reason why I shouldn't cancel it. I think I overly cancel it, to be honest. It gets you into better stuff, though, maybe. Okay, this should be a full combo. Grave Rot. And then into that. So I always do the damage one first for obvious reasons. And because I've got this Grave Rot on, it does more damage than the other one. The, what is it, the health reduction damage thing? That one does more damage, but if you put the Grave Rot on in some sort of combo, then the damage one does more because it's a longer animation. Oh, again, the cancel. That was pretty good. Okay, be careful. Oh, I could have gone into a combo there. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So he chose his Batman again, but I think I got a bit more comfortable with Solomon Grundy from the previous match. I'm still getting caught out by those repeatedly. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I was trying to do that last time. The reason I just completely got hit. It's a really good thing to put on. Oh, okay. E-exit. I'm going to put some Grave Rot on because you've got plenty of time. Go for the car. It goes pretty much full screen. And that's going to be it, isn't it? I had no reason to put the Grave Rot on, but I didn't know whether I was going to move forward. I usually do, but then I saw the car, I guess. You get out of the way of that, because I knew he was going to go for that maybe, or at least try and stop me. So that's what I tried to stop him. Inception. Okay. Okay, these things again. I'm going to go for the same sort of thing I did last time, which was just stop him from pressuring me. Grave Rot, tons of them, and I did the same thing he did there, where I did a normal one and then I did an EX one, hoping that he'd sort of start to move forward, thinking I wouldn't do another one. Okay, so he seems to be jumping around quite a bit, so I'm trying to anticipate that like I did, and I think he'll jump away again, so I anticipated that. And then, because I've done 2 anti-airs, I obviously think he's going to stay on the ground, so I'll do a walking corpse instead. So I think that was pretty cool. I like that, the way you can sort of you read them and then it makes them scared to do anything else, and so then you take that and use it for your next read. I really enjoy when that happens and it comes to fruition. Okay, oh, I got hit by a bat. Didn't do much though. So we're at quite range thing. I'm seemingly have to walk forward, which is fair enough because I'm Solomon Grundy, but he's not using his, what would you call it, double batarangs? I don't know. He's got like a ranged move, hasn't he? Batman, where he just throws 2 batarangs. He's not using those at all. I guess he is quite scared of my EX Swamp Hands, but they're 2 hits. The double batarang things are 2 hits, and he can explode them if he wants for a 3rd hit, and you only get 1 piece of armor on a Swamp Hands. It's the same problem with Bane. If he does those batarangs, 1 piece of armor won't win him out. You have to have 3 venom to manage, and that was quite tricky. I sort of missed that move there. Now, moves like Tantrum Stance from Harley Quinn and that slide, it seems to miss command grabs from Bane and Solomon Grundy. I'm playing Bane this time, so don't get confused, hopefully. Bad choice of target combo. I'm continually doing that target combo all the time, and it's a bad choice. Okay, I'm in the corner, so probably just going to try and do that to get out. I don't want him to do any form of thing, and I'm surprised that hit him. He had armor, but for whatever reason, maybe his armor wore out. Okay, now a subscriber of mine, Live Grenade, he told me not to do that back 2-1, I think, which is like the stomp on the floor overhead, and I agree with him. It does 8% damage and doesn't lead to anything. You can't combo out of it, so it's absolutely rubbish, and they're just going to block down anyway, which stops me from getting into my high damage, which is back to 3. What I should do instead, which I agree with, and I already sort of figured out, but I just have trouble, sorry, doing it, which is forward 2 down. Okay, so, oh, this is the exact thing. Pause for a moment. This is the exact thing. Just back off and then dash underneath him. Back off, back off. That's how you deal with him. Now, Bane's got an excellent back dash, so it makes it a lot easier. But I love it when I just do that. So what I was saying is forward 2 down. It's an overhead move, and it's okay. It reaches quite far distance, and you can cancel it into specials. So the best thing to cancel it into is your charge, and it actually links together. And it does a nice, I can't remember what it was, 22, 29%, or something, so something nice. So he did his trait there, and I actually was able to clash it. I tried to clash it earlier, but it's really hard to figure out which way you have to clash it, because he bats you over one side and he bats you over the other side. So I'm like, which way do I have to clash it? And you have to apparently clash it the direction he grabbed you, and that's it. When he's doing his animations and he's smacking you left and right, it's always on the right or something. You know, it's always on the initial way that he grabbed you. It's never actually changed sides. So that is something to actually pay attention to.
You know nothing of strength.
Okay, Batman again. I thought he would go for something like that. Maybe could have anti-aired him instead, although sometimes you get knocked out of your anti-air grab and it's a bit annoying because then you feel like you got them right, and again he's doing that thing and I find it really difficult to sort of get out of. Again, I'm still using that. Now obviously my subscriber live grenade, he told me about that on the previous video, but these are all recorded before he told me. So next time I do some videos which are up to date, since he's actually told me that, I will try and implement that into it, because it is a smart idea. I did already go into the laboratory and figure this out, but it definitely takes someone else to mention that you should be doing it for you to realise that, yeah, you should be doing it. Okay, so I put 3 Venom on. I've got no health, so I'm just going to try and charge at him, do as much damage as I can before he does any chip damage. And because I have 3 Venom on, I'm invincible to these Batarangs and stuff, so that's why I try and use it as much as possible. But now I've lost the health, I can start being a bit more careful. Dashing right underneath that car as well, that's how you be careful. Okay, that body press is really good, but if they block it like that, he could have punished me for that, because it's got really short hit stun. And I think that was the exact reason that I was saying that I don't like doing anti-air grab sometimes, because I think I tried to do an anti-air grab then, but he knocked me out of it, which is a bit annoying. He got a stage transition, which is half health at the start. 39%. Okay. Oh, those command grabs are really good if you try and put the fear of God into him. Now, I expected him to jump. He didn't look like he was, but I did a command grab, and I've done it before. I do a command grab, and then I do a second one, and then he starts to jump out. So instead, I did a command grab, expected him to jump out, so I did a shoulder barge, and then because I thought I've done an anti-air thing now, he'll stay on the ground, so I did another command grab. So that's the sort of mix-up you kind of get. So that was pretty good, anti-air. I completely messed that up. That's not a combo. Okay, stop him from using that. Using Swamp Hands, of course. You have to pretty much preemptively use Swamp Hands. You expect them to do something, because it's pretty slow in anything. Now, I just want to get him off me. It's like a fly to Solomon Grundy. You just need to sort of get the Superman off him. Okay, get into my damage thing. I put my my Grave Rot on so it does more damage. 46 for, was that, I think it was 1 EX for the Swamp Hands. Okay, again, do the low attack. Pretty decent, because even if they block it, you can still go into your trait, providing they don't jump away after those particular hits. Oh, tried to cancel it, he didn't budge. Which is really difficult. I've played against someone who did that to me, and you don't know what to do, because you can't stand there, because he's got he's got Walking Corpse coming at you, and dashing back is usually quite difficult to do as well. But you can't jump, because he might cancel it and do his uppercut, which is amazingly good, Solomon Grundy's uppercut. And then he'd get into his trait anyway, so you just really squeeze between two, I don't know, rocks, I guess. So I didn't have any meter, so I couldn't do anything about that. So I've got straight into a combo again, but no meter for the EX Swamp Hands. And I used that cleaver spin because I expected him to dash away like he's doing. It's a really good way to follow up people trying to dash away, and people who are trying to duck all the time. And I managed to get him in an anti-air grab out of his, I don't know, Superman lunge attack or whatever, which is pretty interesting because I never knew I could do that. There we go. I'm sure I throw Superman to the air, but I'm sure he can deal with that. He is Superman. But so they're the matches between myself and DJM 1985. So thank you for watching. Now, if anyone else wants to fight me, I guess I should be available on PlayStation for Injustice, and the PlayStation and the PC for Street Fighter. But obviously there are connection things we have to consider, but just send me a message or anything and we'll see what we can do. Thanks for watching.